co-founder and developer at Socialinsder. Join me for the next live training webinar. Today we're going to talk about social media analytics. So let's get started. Tonight's topic is an in-depth view of Instagram's insights. So these are the insights that you get for your own profile. As you can see here in the video, I loaded socialinsider.io, our own Instagram profile. This is the data for the last 30 days. And let's dig in to see what insights we get from Instagram. A little bit of intro about Instagram's API though, until we begin. So last year in April, there was a big overhaul caused partly by the Cambridge Analytica scandal and partly by the takeover, by the acquisition of Instagram by Facebook. So in April, they shut down all of the Instagram's API. And the next move that they did around the summer was that they split the profiles into two. So up until that moment, there were only user profiles, regular profiles. But after that, Facebook actually decided there will be business profiles, the equivalent of Facebook pages. So for businesses mainly, and the regular profile for people. And basically, all the data about the regular profiles became just like the data about the Facebook people profiles, Facebook user profiles. That means off limits. Okay. And about the business profiles, let's see what kind of insights we can get about, for instance, these 9 posts posted in the last 30 days by Socialinsder. Okay, I'm going to start first with the own posts insights. So I'm going to list the metrics. So these aren't that much. For instance, Facebook has around hundreds of metrics for pages and posts, and Instagram has maybe 20 at most. So these are the 5 metrics that we get from Instagram. As I said previously, I'm gonna say it again. This is a new API. It has only about a year since it was released by Facebook. So for API age, that's pretty immature. So this shows by the number of maybe bugs. They have some. It shows that their development efforts are in other places. So the insight metrics for Instagram posts are engagement. So the engagement is the total number of likes and comments on the object. The impressions, the number of times the object has been seen. The reach, the number of unique accounts that have seen the object. For instance, if I post a photo and 5 people see that photo, that the reaching is 5, but the impressions might be 7 or 10 if some of those accounts have seen the photo multiple times. Saved, so who of those unique Instagram accounts have saved the object, and video views. So again, as opposed to Facebook video insights, which have a myriad of metrics, in Instagram you have video views. So that's about it. All of these metrics are equivalent, photo and video for one thing, and carousel metrics are separate, but it doesn't really matter that much. Okay, and I'm going to pass shortly to the story metrics, which are exit, impressions, reach, replies, taps forward, and taps back. I talked about the story metrics earlier in a webinar, I think in our last webinar. Okay, let's see what we have in Social Insider about these metrics. So you can see here in every post that we post, you can see the number of impressions, 209, and 138 reach. So reach is always going to be a number that's smaller than the impressions. 0 saved, 1 saved, 1 saved. There's a discussion going on if should we add the saved towards engagement or not. So that's a thing we're going to discuss. But mostly the saved it happens very rarely. So the saved numbers are really low, not only just on our accounts, but generally compared to the likes and the engagement, that's pretty low. Okay, have we not talked about something here? Okay, the engagement and the video views. All of these are photos. I think in videos you're gonna see also the video views. Okay, what else do we have? Total post reach. So we add up the reach numbers and total post impressions, total stories impressions, and total stories reach again. These are, as I was saying earlier, the insights for the posts. Okay, again, you see here engagement and different charts and insights about the distribution of likes, of comments, and post types by engagement, and so on. Okay, I think we're ready now to go to the other main chapters. As I said, there aren't that many many insight metrics. So let's talk about the page insight metrics. These are, I think, 10, 15 insight metrics, and all of these metrics come in different flavors. For instance, the audience country. Each of the metrics has a period for which you can get it. So if you get the audience country metric for today, you can see the breakdown of all the followers by country, as this breakdown is today. And if you get the audience country tomorrow, it's going to be a little different, but it's going to be the way your followers are in that particular day. So that's a lifetime metric. The other kind of metrics that there are the period metrics. For instance, email contacts or get directions clicks. Let's say get directions clicks is how many people tapped the directions link in the user's profile. So you get that number for each day. So if you get the number for today, at the end of the day, 3 people or 5 people clicked the directions link, but you won't get the lifetime number. So that's an important thing to note. One more thing to note is the impressions and reach metrics for the profile. Again, we talked about earlier about the impressions and reach in the post context. That means how many people, how many accounts saw the object. That's the reach, and how many eyeballs landed over the object. That's the impressions. So the reach are the unique impressions, basically. How does this translate to a profile? So I'm gonna quote from the API, and then talk about this. So the impressions are the number of times the user's media objects, posts, stories, and promotions have been viewed. Includes ad activity generated through the API, Facebook ads interfaces, and the promote feature. Does not include profile views. So this means all of the stories and posts and promotions and ad activity. So these are the impressions, and the reach is all of the above, only for the unique, or only the unique accounts that viewed these objects. So these two metrics are special because they come in day, week, or days 28. So what does this mean? That Instagram aggregates this data, and for instance, if I'm asking for the impressions for today, it will tell me, okay, all of your posts and stories and promotions have been viewed today 50 times. And if I'm asking for 7 days, at the end of the week, they're gonna tell me, okay, 300 times. But because these, for instance, in the case of the reach, so in case of the reach, we're talking about unique accounts. So maybe an account has seen one of my posts today and tomorrow and the day after tomorrow, but in the week period, it's still going to count as only one account. So that's a pretty big thing to note. Okay, let's dig through. So let's see here, geographical distribution of followers. So you can see in this map and the tables underneath it, the breakdown of followers over each country and on the cities. So USA, Romania, United Kingdom, and so on. The cities: Bucharest, London, New York, and Mumbai. Again, this is a lifetime metric. So the image you see today is the image for today. Next metric is lifetime likes by gender and age. So, and the total. So 114 male and 132 female. Let's check in audience gender age and audience local are lifetime. So again, this is the situation how it looks today. Moving on to profile reach. So profile reach is the number of times the media objects, post, stories, and promotion has been uniquely viewed. So I think how they phrase it in the API, it's better how they phrase it in the posts. So it's the number of unique Instagram accounts that have been seen the media object. So in this case, as in any reach metric, is not uniquely viewed. Uniquely means here unique eyes, if I can call them that this way. So you can see here the distribution of the reach. Okay, something happened on 25th of July and 5th of August. That's 2 peaks in reach, and again also impressions. So you can see here that the reach is about roughly around 500, and the profile impressions are almost 3 times. It's a number three times bigger. For the profile views, again, the reach and the impressions are insights day, week, and days 28. For the profile views, I'm gonna quote directly from the API, is the number of users who have viewed the user's profile within the period. So, and this is a daily metric. So you can see every day a number of Instagram accounts have viewed the profile. So in total, 69 profile views, but these may not be unique people. Again, if on, for instance, 26th of July, we had 7 profile views, and the next day 6 profile views. Maybe 3 of those 7 and 3 of those 6 were the same accounts, the same profiles, and they shouldn't be, of course, counted twice. Okay, profile email link clicks. I don't think we have an email in the profile, so 0 across the board. And one more thing, the link clicks and the profile interactions, the email clicks and the other profile interactions are daily insights. So you can see them here in the daily charts, and again in a nice table as sums. And the website clicks is the only thing that that pops up with 8 website clicks. And the last metric, I told you there weren't that many metrics, is the audience locale. So it's the countries by country codes of the users. So apparently English US and the English UK 130 and 150, and then for instance Romania is only with a count of only 11, so 5% of these. So we can see by this, even though 18% of the followers are from Romania, only 4% have their app or their browser in Romanian. This is mainly because a lot of people in Romania have their apps and their browsers in English. Okay, so this was in a nutshell, but can say that there's more about this nutshell about the Instagram insights. At the moment, we're still checking the apps, and oh, I forgot one last thing, the online followers. So the online followers metric, I forgot about it because we don't show it in the dashboard. The number of the followers of the profile who are online during the specified range. So this is a lifetime metric. So what this metric, I have to Google it to see how a result of online followers look like. It's basically 0 a.m. 50 followers were online, 1 a.m. 70, and so on. So they tell me about my profile in every hour of the day, how many of my followers were online. So we don't show this in Social Insider because it doesn't pop up in the API. We basically ran this through all of our Instagram accounts, and then we obviously searched the Facebook bug report database, and there it was, a lot of reports on this particular metric of not showing up. So the resolution from Facebook won't fix, and it will be fixed in a later version of the API. So apparently that's not a priority for them right now. I think they're gonna show it and then they're gonna improve it in a later version. but we're just gonna have to wait for it. So this is why at the moment it would have been a really cool metric, because it tells you practically when to post. So you would want to post at the day, at the hour in the day that most of your followers are online, as far as you know, because you don't know, you don't have you can't know if Instagram will show that post to them or not, but that's another discussion. You can do the best you can do for your at your end. Okay, so this was indeed the last metric I could say something about. Okay, I think that was it for me. I was just saying that we're waiting for new updates on Instagram's API. That it's practically like a newborn. It has the equivalent of maybe a 7-year-old, because they have introduced a lot of features that are not in the API. For example, EGTV, or for instance, a lot of things you can do with the stories that don't show in the API. Video, I'm not even gonna discuss about how many video metrics aren't present. Okay, so this was for me. I can tell you that you can read more on our blog, and let's meet again in 3 or 4 weeks for the next webinar. Thanks for being here with me, and have a great day.